Well, as a lot of people know, agriculture isn't just a job, it's a lifestyle. And I've been raised on the farm, and so was my dad and grandpa.
Farming's been in our blood. Our pioneer families from the time that they moved out west have been involved in ranching and farming and even transportation. So there's lots of stories in our family.
I was raised on a farm, so I've been on a farm for 87 years. I grew up on a family farm in Ness, Oregon, and graduated in 1957, married my wife in 59, started farming on my own in 59, farmed about 400 acres at that time, just gradually increased up to about 600. We was there from 59 to 76, then had an opportunity to come to Washington with the Munns and Schulteis and Hartleys. We're a group as far as the water and maintenance and stuff like that, but as far as farming our own ground, we do what we're our own keepers. We farm the crops that we want to farm. And so we've been here for 40 some years. It was a good move, and we've been well blessed.
We moved to Washington at the time I was 18 months old. So I've grown up here. At that time, we farmed around 1,300 acres, and today we're farming close to 6,000 acres, so we've grown a lot.
We pump all of our water out of the Columbia River, and so we start down in Patterson and pump all the way to our top booster station, which we have 4 of those. It's about 17 miles altogether. The group is about 23,000 acres of irrigated ground that we farm. That's kind of how we started everything, and that transitioned into a lot of different areas.
Once we bought the farm, we bought it with a dryland crop on it. The permit was quite a process to get, because you had to pump out of the Columbia, you had to go across the Burlington Northern Railroad, you had to get underneath that, you had to get permission from all the dryland farmers, which they weren't a real fan of irrigation guys at that time. But things worked out, and we finally got our permit, and it went really smooth to be able to start in July and pump water in February. It was just almost impossible because no farm up here at that time had been put in 1 year.
Our main crop that we raise is onions. So we have a onion packing shed that we package all of our different products of onions that we do, and that led into trucking.
Trucking's like a bad dream. You like it, but you hate it,
Trucking has always been an integral part of what we do. Obviously trucking some of our own things, as well as getting in and commercially hauling for other people. It allows us a lot of diversification and allows us to do things that other farms can't do. So it's kind of a necessary evil in some of the things that we do, but also ways that we're able to cut costs. As Caden's developed it, turning it into to diversify us so we have another revenue source.
We have our trucking company that does mainly hauling commodity feed for dairies and feedlots, but we also do oversized heavy haul work and tanker work, a lot of dry bulk, things like that. And then we kind of have all the other things that come along with having an operation. We have all of our equipment and everything, and that's where having a guy that understands agriculture, or a group that understands agriculture and understands the different aspects of it, has really been able to help us out. Graybeal's been really great being able to be diverse, and they work with all different aspects of our company, whether it be liability coverage on our commercial trucking company, personal vehicles that we have, different pieces of equipment, our cattle coverage, different things like that. Graybeal has been awesome. They're pretty much like our one-stop shop that we don't need to have 5 different insurance companies to work with to be able to have all of our coverage.
Our past experiences with other agencies has been renewals a month out. Our agent would call, and usually we'd expect an increase every year. Sit down in a meeting, go over everything, and no matter what, it was an increase, and no ideas brought to us to say, you could do something different here, or we could do something there, or do more training in order to get us cheaper rates with the same coverage. I think the most important thing is to ask your agent questions. And if they're not willing to sit down and explain things to you, then you need to be looking for a different agent that is willing to take the time to get to know your business and then come up with ideas and come to the table and give you suggestions and ideas of ways that you can save money and be more efficient with the money that you're spending and getting the coverage that you need for your business.
We've done a lot of different things to cheapen our costs, and we just wanted a good insurance company that would stand behind us and we felt comfortable with.
The first thing we noticed when switching to Graybeal was the response to needs that we had, whether it was trading in equipment and making sure that's taken off of our policy and adding the new one, or making sure that we have proper documentation in all the vehicles that's given to us in a timely fashion. We do have claims, and the number one thing that we noticed was, compared to other agencies, is Graybeal, their entire staff is helping us through the process of making sure that the adjuster has gotten a hold of us and making sure that that process goes smoothly, on top of the normal chaos, having a piece of equipment or a truck down and getting us back on the road. Before Graybeal, all of our insurance was pulled together. So the commercial trucking and our farming operation, as well as our packing shed, was all grouped together. And working with Andre, we were able to split those out, lowering the rates at all three of our entities and making it so that our coverage was even better than what it was before at a cheaper rate. On advice from Graybeal, we've been able to integrate more training with our commercial truck drivers. They have a lot of online things that we're able to send to the drivers, so it's not necessarily a sit-down meeting, so they're being more productive and more efficient, as well as just being informative. A lot of the ideas that Graybeal's brought to us to mitigate things, as far as having industry safety specialists come to our farm and make suggestions as they do walkarounds, and then they're able to go back to the insurance companies and get us better rates. Working with Graybeal has definitely made us feel more at ease with the coverage that we have.
Our experience has been very good with Graybeal. The best insurance company we've ever been with. It's been awesome. We're very happy. Appreciate what you have, appreciate life. You know, your family, that's the main thing. It's being happy what you're doing.
Great, thank you, Clyde. Nailed it. Great job.